the order in which we were going to do this originally was Mina was meant to go next, and then Wolfgang. Now we've got Mina on the line. I just welcome him firstly, and also to see that he will be able to share his screen and come off mute if I throw to him. Nod yes. Yep. Okay. So what we'll do then is I'll allow Mina to kick things off. So start sharing your screen now, Mina, and come off mute, and you can start talking when you're ready.
Great. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. I don't have a presentation, so you guys will unfortunately have to stare at my face, but hopefully you can have something of value out of my presentation and hear something interesting. So my name is Mina Nada. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Zumo. Zumo designs, contract manufactures, distributes, finances, and services electric bikes. Basically, we're bringing the sophistication of the automotive industry to this burgeoning two-wheeler space. And I don't really describe electric bikes and what they are, but I think to kind of boil down the great things about them, I see it in three ways. They bring the convenience of a motorbike with the regulatory advantages of a bicycle, things like you don't need a driver's license or registration. And they have the environmental benefits, obviously, of electric vehicles. Touching briefly on where we came from as a company, Zumo was started in 2017, really as a side hustle. I was a general manager at Deliveroo, the food delivery company, and could see that the delivery people who worked on electric bikes were the fastest and made the most money. And however, I realized that there were serious issues with the products themselves in terms of e-bikes were not made for heavy duty commercial use. And very unfortunately, for those in Sydney, you would have seen a lot in the news in the last couple of months, 5 different deaths of food delivery couriers on bicycles. And I think we've seen the rapid rise of the use of bikes to do this, but people are using consumer grade bikes. And we've built a really great commercial heavy duty bike, which is like the Toyota Hilux that people can use and is much safer. And for those reasons, which I'll jump into, where the preferred partner for Uber Eats and Deliveroo and DoorDash and those guys. So product was one problem. Finance was another. People who these bikes are expensive, as you could see from Sue's presentation. And what we do is basically use clever data and algorithms to offer finance to people who otherwise couldn't get finance. And also it's linked to the tech. So we have GPS inside the bikes, which means that we can remotely disable them and secure our assets for people who are not paying. And finally, service. So just like cars, these vehicles break down, even the best ones. And there isn't a great network of people who can service those vehicles. And so we're doing all three of those things. We're building the product, we're offering the financing, and we're fundamentally offering a peace of mind service. So we started doing that in 2017 and 2018, and then by 2019, realized that I couldn't afford to buy any more bikes and lease them out. And we took our first round of external funding to take our e-bike business global, and we started to offer our services in the United States and the United Kingdom. So that was around the middle of last year. And then in 2020, the CEFC, Clean Energy Finance Corporation, which is the federal government's $10 billion clean investment fund, led a $16 million round of investment in us based on kind of the rapid growth that they've seen in our business and the strong uptake in overseas markets and Australian markets, and our opportunity to convert more and more kilometers from being done on ICE vehicles through to EVs. So who are our customers and how is it used? Our core customers today are the early adopters of this technology, which is predominantly logistics businesses. They want to move goods around cities efficiently, cheaply, and cleanly. And so we partner with, on the food delivery side, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, DoorDash, Takeaway.com, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Crust Pizza. But also on the grocery and the heavy duty logistics, we partner with Woolworths, DHL, Amazon. And our customers love us because we offer them that full stack solution. So these are custom designed vehicles which suit the commercial use case, the Australian environment or the overseas environment, based on our platforms. There's software enablement. So for instance, we're API integrated with Uber Eats so that we can draw the data around their couriers and vice versa, and we can track these vehicles, and that's really important for everybody, but also financing and servicing. And so we've been very fortunate to get this CFC funding, and there's been others as well who've led the investment, been involved in the investment all around the world. We're very fortunate to be building what we see as the new category of automotive. We do think that these vehicles are a cross between consumer electronics and vehicles. And so in consumer electronics world, we're talking about sort of iPhones on one end cost about $1,000, and then your cars are sort of coming in at 20 grand plus. And we think that e-bikes, which are in between in that 1 to 10 grand space, are going to be something that everybody in the world owns. And while we had humble roots, just renting bikes to food delivery guys, we've really got big ambitions to be doing much more than that. And so, what started with our proprietary bike development in 2019 has been really successful. And so we'll be rolling out thousands of our own developed bikes out there and displacing what we hope huge amounts of carbon from the environment. We're partnered with the likes of Amazon in New York City, where we are, their partner on their grocery and parcel delivery and moving a lot of vehicles instead of using vans, basically. So the plan is also to continue to expand our physical footprint in more cities and more locations within cities, and including the suite of services on offer. So the other thing about getting an e-bike is, compared to when you get a car, when you get a car, you have insurance, you have roadside assistance, and those things don't exist for electric bikes, or for bikes a lot of the time in general either. And so what our customers really love are services that we offer, like roadside assistance and like cover. So because again, these are smart bikes, they're not just durable bikes, they're enabled with GPS and Bluetooth, and they've got 4G SIM cards in them that allow us to communicate with them remotely. We're able to offer people a peace of mind in relation to theft and even damage on the bike through various insurance-like products. And then so they're kind of some of the suites of services that we're going to be adding. But right now, the USA is our biggest and fastest growing market. And that's been driven by our partnerships with some of our great partners, and we'll continue to expand our footprint, especially across the United States. We just launched in LA, where it's been a really great market for us. But we just launched in Brisbane and have seen phenomenal uptake of our services there, and hopefully further across Australia as well. We're currently all along the East Coast and Victoria. And then finally, expanding our e-bike product lineup. So we'll be moving into heavier duty vehicles. So food delivery is one thing, but grocery and parcel delivery are others. And again, we think that a lot of the vehicles that exist today aren't quite fit for purpose, and they don't have the smarts in them, and they don't have the service offering associated with them, or the finance offering associated with them. And so we hope that we can build something that can really exceed what exists in the market today. And the market's still very young, and I'm sure there's going to be a variety of vehicles out there in this space for plenty of players. But we think that there's some great Aussie innovation, some great people on our teams that can design some really great things that people haven't thought up yet. And then finally, we're going to be dipping our toe into the consumer market. So we found that our vehicles that we've built, they're kind of like the Toyota Hilux. So they're very sturdy. They're great for food delivery, but actually they're two wheels, and they're very safe, and they're reliable, and they've got a great bunch of utility, and you can use them for all sorts of things, from going to your office or picking up the groceries, and just moving from A to B. And so we had a lot of strong interest in renting our bikes, either as just an on-ramp towards purchase, or various novated leasing offerings. And so, what we're also going to be testing more aggressively in 2021 is, pushing our in-house developed Zumo Zero bike on to consumers as well. And we've actually got an active beta on that. So for those that are interested, that are in Melbourne, Sydney, or Brisbane or Gold Coast, you can actually, we've got a beta test right now. If you go to our website, you can get a bike for free, basically, for a month to test from us, and you'll be eligible to continue to rent it, or to actually purchase it if that's of interest as well. So we have a very busy year ahead of us as we expand our lineup and test that consumer space, but also seek to service more and more of these logistics customers who we think are the early adopters, and the people who really get it as far as their ability to transition off of very carbon intensive vehicles to clean electric vehicles. So that's all from me, and looking forward to answering any questions that might come up during the Q&A. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Excellent. I don't think we lacked for PowerPoint slides, to be honest. Less PowerPoint slides in my life was a very welcome outcome. So thank you.